Hello, welcome back to EPG. I'm, of course, Greg, your host. For some reason, last week, there was a whole bunch of Google searches about how to move out of the United States. No idea what that can be about. Anyway, so as somebody who has moved out of the United States for a long period of time, I would like to give some tips from people who are maybe pondering about leaving. And these will go by order of difficulty and expense. Some will be more expensive, some will be more difficult, but here we go. First thing, and probably the easiest, is to just travel, like I did. You can go to countries for, depending on how long their visa programs are, it can be visa on arrival or visa on demand. A good resource for that would be to go to the State Department website, and they have every country that is recognized by the United States around the world, and it shows visa requirements, how long you can stay. If you recall from a previous video about the Schengen agreement, that I needed to figure out that their whole visa system and the time frame that I could be there, that is definitely something to keep in mind. So for those regions in Europe, that's about 3 months. And also don't forget there is going to be a new requirement coming in 2025 to register with them, also highlighted in another video. But one of the things in other countries that don't have that, for example, Argentina, you can live in Argentina for up to 6 months. And the cool thing about that is once it gets around the time where you're supposed to leave, all you need to do is take a trip outside of the country. It could be a weekend trip. If you're in Buenos Aires, you can go to Montevideo, and then just come back, and then the clock starts again. That is not the same for the Schengen countries, so keep that in mind. Another, I would say, more difficult part here, especially expense-wise, is there is a cruise company out there that is now offering 4-year cruises. Kind of expensive, but you can, take this cruise if, it's really that important to you. They also do 2-year cruises to coincide with the midterm elections in the United States, which is 2026 for those keeping score. Another thing that somebody can do, especially an American, is to exercise the jus sanguinis, as as the Latin phrase is. I know I probably butchered that, but that means birthright citizenship for certain countries. Italy is one, which people can apply as long as they have relatives that have come from Italy. Portugal is another. Ireland is a big one, especially for those in the United States. So you can apply to get a passport for those countries. Again, if you have documentation to back it up, I forget how far back they go, but it could be grandparents, great-grandparents. As long as you have the paperwork, you can apply to get a European passport. So that's an idea. Another one is the digital Nomad Visa. These are very popular, especially in other parts of the developing world. I know Estonia has one. Lots of other countries have them, especially in Latin America. So yeah, if you have an online business, you can run that while you are there as you apply for your visa, and that gives you, I believe, at least a year. And then I believe you can renew, and then just have that keep going. And finally, most expensive option, and this is something that I would say the more affluent look into, and that is citizenship by investment. So what you can do is you can go and either you can buy real estate in certain places, or you can make a cash contribution to countries, and then they will basically give you a passport. This was highlighted in the book Emergency by Neil Strauss. If you are more interested about this topic, that is a good place to look. I would also look online and just figure out, what works for you. So, that being said, personally, I think it's always good to have a second citizenship. I'm looking to get one myself. So, yeah, depending on, political turmoil at home, political turmoil abroad, it's always good to have an escape plan, even if you never use it, as I mentioned before in yet another video. So, thank you very much for your time, and get out there.